I am back in Papa Wolf's dungeon. I've tried to get the music going, but for some reason it's not working. I'll have to mess with it later. I mean, I can probably get it playing on my phone, but I'm trying to get it to work on my stereo up here, but evidently not working. It's connected to the computer. So, anyway, this edition is going to be talking about my childhood growing up in a small town with my three sisters. And I'll probably be telling on myself. And the only reason why I'm going to talk about this is, hang on just a minute. Let me put this on here first, so everybody knows if they show up. I don't know if anybody will show up, but whatever. Chat's open. And yes, here goes my signature move. I'm scratching my head, as my sister Kim would say. Where are you scratching your head? So here I am. So anyway, today a little hectic. I had a appointment from the VA on virtual. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out, and uh, I don't know how to start this, but I was just going through some stuff the other day, and I was looking at my pictures, and a lot of memories came back when you look at pictures. And I'm sitting there thinking about my sisters, and growing up back home. And the small town I lived in was called Fairmount, Illinois. And back when we were growing up, Fairmount, Illinois was a booming town. I mean, it had a lot of stuff going there. If you go there now, not so much. They tore out all the buildings that were uptown when I called uptown are not there anymore. The elevator, where the grain elevator they used to have put the grain in, it's not there anymore. I mean, every time I go home and I just go through there, it just makes me sad to go through there. I mean, it's still, to me, it's still home, but my mom and dad don't live there anymore. I think my two of my sisters live there. My other sister lives with my mom and dad, and I like going back there and just kind of just remember everything being where it was. I'm sorry if I get sentimental on this, and then the tears will start flying. I apologize. But me and my sisters, we grew up. Well, it started out. We all grew up. Uh, we grew up in the country most of the time. But, me with my three sisters, I was the oldest, and when we were out in the country, we all got along. We never fought. I mean, we had our what they call bickering back and forth, but we never really fought like you see nowadays with people fighting. And to this day, I said we argue and back and forth. But now that we're all married, there's other situations that come in. But when we're all four together, it's just I don't think there's anything that can get in between us. And I just remember the times we used to have when we were kids. And especially in the country when we were growing up in the country scenes, because we lived out in we didn't have friends or anything out in the country. It's just us four. We all just played together, and you had your own toys and everything. But you play with toys for so long, and you got to kind of interact with somebody else. But I never, I mean, I had, at one point I punched one of my sisters and I got in trouble. My mom had to come. She used to work like, there was a restaurant there in town. She used to work up called A&J's Iron Kettle. And I remember at one time I punched my sister, and my mom came back home from work when you get ready for school. And yeah, I got in trouble for that. I punched her where shouldn't have punched her. Of course, my sisters, every time I did something, they always had to call mom because mom worked up there at A&J's before mom went to work to university. And every time I did something, they had to call mom up at the restaurant and say, "Hey, Daddy, Mom, Jim did that. Mom, Jim did that." And me and my little sister got into a bickering one time. I can't remember what it was about. She probably does. But we got into I don't know, it wasn't not a physical thing, but we were arguing and yelling and screaming. And I think mom told us, oh, we had to go in the front room, no TV, no nothing. We had to look at each other for a while. We had to stare at each other until we apologized. And I don't think neither one of us was going to apologize. I don't know who ended up apologizing first, but it took us a while before one of us apologized. Excuse me. I got all this stuff in my head right now. And I got three sisters. I got Tina, Kim, and I got Chris. And everybody always used to say, "You're the only boy." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they go, "Oh, we feel so sorry for you." I never did. I mean, sometimes when they all three ganged up on me, I got my ass kicked sometimes. But, because if I start picking on one, all three of them kind of banded together and they decided they were going to beat on me for a while. And I'm like, yes, Tina was the brute. I mean, I won't forget the one time, and if Cassidy Briggs ever hears about this, I forgot to tell you about this story. Terry Briggs, really good friend of mine. I mean, it was back in the winter. We were back in the winter in Fairmount. You walk to school. The school's down the road. And I'm sorry, my head itches. I don't know why. I guess I need to go wash it again. But anyway, Terry Briggs, he passed away here about a couple of years ago. Really good friend of mine. COVID got him. We were walking, got out of school walking. I had my hat on, toboggan, whatever you want to call it. Had a ball on it. I'm walking down the road. My sisters are with me. And Terry comes running up behind me, grabs that ball and pulls it off and runs up to his house. His house was only like 2 or 3 doors down the road from the school. And I'm like, "Come on, Terry." I said, I'm the type, back then I was the type, I didn't want a confrontation, didn't want to fight anybody. I just want to, I'm like, "Come on, Terry, give me my hat." He's like, "Oh, you're not getting it. Come up here and try to get it." I'm like, "Come on, Terry." And here goes Tina. She runs by me, runs up to the porch. And Terry's standing there. He goes, "What do you think you're going to do?" She goes, "Give me my brother's hat." He goes, "No." She goes, she's basically up there going to tell him she's going to kick shit out of him and don't get the hat. He goes, No, my mom's home. He's beating on the door. Nobody's home. His mom and dad work. And she beat on the door to see if anybody come to the door. It didn't. She kicked shit out of Terry and took the hat. Bring it back and I put it on down the road. I always used to tell them, if I'm with my sister, they're my bodyguards. And that's the way I felt. I mean, if anything ever happened with my sisters and they needed me, I'd do the same thing. And I did for my little sister at one time. Somebody said something about her. I was out of school and she was in school, and somebody said something about her. I just came home from work. She come home upset and said somebody was saying things about her in high school, and she was really upset. And I'm like, well, what are they saying and who said it? Or do you know who started? And she told me who it was. And I knew who exactly where he was. And I jumped in my car and went up and got a hold of him. And he goes, yeah, I said it. I'm like, basically, well, you're not going to say it anymore. I said, because I'm basically going to plow you in the mouth if you do it again. He's like, whoa, no. And I told him, I said, what you're going to do is you're going to get in my car, you're going down to my sister and apologize. Well, I don't think he got in the car. I think he apologized the next day at school. I don't know what happened after that. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. My sister Kim, I don't think anything phases her. She's the one that'll tell you right up front whether she likes you, hates you, or whatever. Write it to your face. She'll be the first one to tell you, too. She'll look right at you and tell you what she thinks right now. She's always been that way. And the only thing I ever hated seeing was when my sisters got hurt. The funniest thing was when Dad caught my two sisters smoking. God, that was funny. I mean, sitting in there, I can't remember what day it was. Sitting in there, sitting in the front room, watching TV with Dad and Mom. Dad gets up, goes to the bathroom. He comes back, and he goes, I caught him. Well, I caught him. He goes, what do you mean you cut? Mom said, what do you mean? She said, I caught those two girls out there smoking a cigarette. Sure enough, they come walking in. Dad looks at it and goes, wow, was that cigarette good? And he just looked, their mouths just dropped this way. I start laughing. I'm like, oh shit, about ready to hit the fan. Then there was a time I was still, what was it, 16? Yeah, because I had my driver's license, had that 1972 Nova. My sister caught me stealing Dad's beer. She says, where are you going? What's that? I'm like, she comes out of the garage and I grab a couple cans. She goes, what are you doing? I'm like, oh shit. I said, well, I'm getting ready to go out in the country. I'm going to drink some beer. She goes, you're stealing Dad's beer. I'm like, well, I ain't got no money. She goes, I'm going to go tell him. I said, no, you're not. She goes, well, I'm going with you. Yeah, well, that's Kim. Yeah, she went with me. We drank beer. She stole 2 cans, too. She did. To this day, she never told anybody she took 2 cans, too. And she won't. Because she probably don't remember it, but she took 2 cans, too. So, yeah. Growing up with my 3 sisters, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't. Even though I'm not back there in Illinois with them, I said every time I go home, I mean, it's nice when we all 4 get around with Mom and Dad. Just where I get Terry. It just felt like I never left. I mean, we're all 4 around the table, we're all sitting there talking. Up until the day Chris let the F word fly for about 4 million times, and Mom's sitting there looking at her, giving her the evil eye. I'm like, that was funny. You got to admit that, Chris. That was funny. Mom don't like the F word. The only one that gets away with saying the F word is Dad. And I'm almost 60 years old. I don't even say it around Mom. To this day, I said, you get that look from Mom, and all us kids know it. And now the grandkids know it. And the great grandkids know it now. And my little sister, Chris, comes in. She's pissed about something. She sits down in the chair and she starts flying off with the F word left and right. And me, I'm looking at my their mouths just dropped. I'm sitting there going, oh, this is not going to be good. I think my nephew Billy's sitting over on the couch with, look, let's go. Let's go. This is not going to be good. And Chris just stopped and they were all looking at her. She goes, what? I said, you realize what just came out of your mouth? Mom just looking at her. She goes, oh, yeah, now you do. Yeah, we had some fun times growing up. That's why looking at those pictures, it just brings back a lot of memories. Yeah, and then at one time they ate. I don't know if most of you know the plant called Murdoch. Could have killed him. That day I could have killed him. It almost looks like rhubarb, but it's not. It's a fuzzy looking type of plant that looks like rhubarb. Well, my sister decided they wanted to go out and eat it. I didn't eat it. I wasn't even nowhere around them that day. But the only way to get it out, and back then it was when we lived in the country, was that you had to drink Epsom salts. Well, Mom didn't take a chance. She made all of us drink it. When you drink Epsom salts, it's taking that syrup, Epicat. You're gonna throw it up. I don't like throwing up. I'm like, oh my Lord. Like, come on, people. Don't give me stuff that makes me throw up. I don't like doing that. It's just not good. Oh. What else we do? Oh, when we got punished. I won't go into a whole lot of that, but there was one day my sister shouldn't have got punished for this, and I'll admit it now, but I came home in a squad car. I shouldn't have been there, but I was, and kept telling the cop, take me to jail, don't take me home. He goes, no, I'm gonna take you to your dad. I'm like, no, take me home, take me to jail, don't take me home. He took me home. Yeah, I got punished, and then I got grounded. I'm gonna tell you how I got punished. just use your imagination. But my sisters come home and they get grounded, and they're like, "Well, we get grounded." They went to church. I didn't go to church. I should have went to church. And they come upstairs, and I'm up there, teary-eyed, and I got tears running down. I can't sit. Well, now you know what happened. I'm just laying on my belly. You're like, what'd you do? What'd you do? And I told them, I'm like, yeah, they were mad at me for a while. But anyway, well, again, nobody come to chat, nobody come to see me. Really like to get this YouTube live going. I'm over 15 minutes. I'm down to almost 20 minutes. But talking about my sisters and childhood. I could go on for hours. I mean, I really could. But I don't want to bore you guys with my childhood and all that. The town of Fairmount. I mean, Fairmount. You know what? Fairmount back in the day was a booming town. It was. We had all kinds of stuff going on. When the quarry was out in the other end of town, the trucks were going through. You had restaurants, you had gas stations, you had drugstores, you had the bank there. I mean, we had a lot of stuff going there. Fairmount now is a dead town. Nothing going on. Nothing there. And it just makes me sick to my stomach every time I go home and see it. There's history there. I mean, Fairmount will always be my hometown. But somebody asked me if I'd ever come back. And I'm like, no. I couldn't come back to that place. I'm like, it's just like everything else. People's changed. I found out how people have changed. My sister Kim runs a Facebook site. I found out how people changed. Fairmount used to be a friendly town. To me, it's not anymore. I mean, there's people I know there that I grew up with, yeah. But the people that are moving in, and then some of the people that I just don't give two shits about, no, I wouldn't move back there. Even though my two sisters live there, I don't know. No, I couldn't move back to Fairmount. I'd probably, if I ever had a chance to move back and I wanted to go somewhere, it'd probably be Slidell, Illinois. I really did like Slidell. I lived there for a while when I was dating a girl back when I was like 19, 20. I did like Slidell. But Indianola wasn't bad either. I never did live in Indianola, but Indianola is pretty cool. I mean, it's like a small town too. All these are small towns out there. But anyway, Fairmount. I love the people I know out there. I care for them. It's just some of the other people that I've met and seen on his website, on her website. I just no. I mean, I shouldn't be that way, but they brung herself onto me like that, and I'm just like, well, you know what? You come on to me like that, and I basically want to try to apologize, and I did apologize the way I did things, and I never got nothing back. So they can kiss my butt. But anyway, so if you want to hear more about me growing up, hey, let me know. I've done a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff you want to know, some of the stuff you don't want to know. Especially when I was a teenager. Oh, it's slowly coming out there if I'll finding out about me, but I'm going to get off here. I'm going on 25 minutes and still nobody in my chat room, nobody coming on to see me. But y'all take care. Love each other. Have a nice time. Next week, I'm pretty sure is... Yes, it is. Next week's Thanksgiving week. So I'll try to get on here next week. If I do, I will talk at you then. Love you. I'm out.